Tonight, a CBS News Miami investigation. We explore what police departments do with their weapons once they're done with them.
And we have found that 52,000 guns once owned by law enforcement agencies have been discovered at crime scenes nationwide between 2006 and February of 2022. So that prompted us to check with some of our local police and sheriff's departments to see what the story is here.
CBS News Miami's Chelsea Jones joins us live with what she found out. Chelsea.
Well, CBS News partnered with nonprofit newsrooms The Trace and Reveal after surveying 200 police agencies nationwide. The investigation found a majority sell their guns when they decide to upgrade their arsenal. There are agencies here in South Florida that do that. So we sat down with the mother of a man killed by gun violence to find out what she thinks of departments protecting the community and selling its weapons. Tangela Sears' only child was shot and killed almost 10 years ago.
I couldn't believe I had been with several families, and now it's happening to me. Why?
The shooter was found not guilty.
I lost that case to Stand Your Ground, to make sure that our communities are safer.
But even before her own tragedy, Sears was a voice for families of murdered children, showing up to crime scenes and advocating with decision makers for change. How do you feel when I tell you that between 2006 and 2022, roughly 52,000 guns were sold by police departments nationwide, and they ended up at crime scenes?
We talk about taking guns off the streets every day. So to hear that this is going on, you're a part of the problem.
We reached out to these law enforcement agencies here in South Florida to ask, what do they do with their weapons that they're ridding of? Well, the answer isn't that simple. And Miami police sat down with me and they tell me they do sell their guns, but they also destroy guns that they find at crime scenes. Chief Manny Morales tells me in the last 30 years, the department has upgraded its weapons once. The new guns are cheaper to maintain and easier to get. The city of Miami has a partnership with Luz Police Distributors, a federally licensed gun dealer in Hialeah. We reached out to Luz, who did not want to comment. How much money did that cost to do that kind of deal? What did you guys get?
So the city got a little bit over $400,000 for it.
And you used that money to then purchase new guns?
Correct.
Have you guys had any record of your guns showing up at any of the crime scenes that you guys respond to?
So it's kind of difficult for us to kind of track them down in that, and we do always run an e-trace when we have a crime gun. What we have recovered in several crime scenes have been guns that were stolen from Miami police officers.
Law enforcement agencies have the call to action to get guns out of the hands of criminals. And Morales says MPD is doing just that.
Since October of 2021, we've taken a little bit over 2,600 guns off the streets. Every single one of them was destroyed.
Here's how other law enforcement agencies handle their weapons. We asked and learned that Florida Highway Patrol also sells its guns, though it isn't exactly clear who FHP sells to. The Broward Sheriff's Office tells us it doesn't sell old weapons, but instead trades them to federal firearms licensed dealers who could then legally sell them. The Miami-Dade Police Department does not sell its weapons. It has a strict policy regarding firearm retention and gave us this statement that says, under no circumstances will any firearm owned by or in the custody of the department be sold, transferred, exchanged, or loaned to any law enforcement agency or private concern, except in specific cases such as court-ordered disposal or official judicial proceedings. Firearms that are no longer required by the department are disposed of through destruction or dismantling of parts. This policy ensures that firearms are properly handled and accounted for within the department. What should they be doing with those guns when they do remove them?
Destroy them.
As for all of the South Florida law enforcement agencies examined for this report, it's unclear whether any of their guns have been found at crime scenes, and if so, how many. But Tangela Sears says no former police gun should leave the department at all.
We cannot have our police department doing anything that's going to allow these guns back on our streets. We can't have that.
So I can hear the concerns, and I believe that there's something that, not only the administration for the city of Miami, but other police departments across the nation should reevaluate.
And we asked all agencies mentioned in this report for on-camera interviews, and aside from City of Miami Police, they all declined. But BSO did, however, tell us they use a mixture of technology, investigative work, and tips from the community to help prevent, reduce, and solve gun crimes. We have some of those measures right now on our website for you, cbsmiami.com.
Will certainly be interesting to see if highlighting this issue translates to any changes.
For sure, and I think it's going to garner a lot of reaction too, as we saw with Tangela. So it was an important story to do.
Yeah, it certainly is. Chelsea, thank you very much.